1 of How to Pay for College, I talked a little bit about grants and student loans, but today in part 2, I want to talk a little bit about how to find and apply for scholarships. There are lots of different kinds of scholarships. There's financial needs-based scholarships, which look at your income level. Low income equates to qualifying for one of these needs-based scholarships. There are also merit-based scholarships that look at your academic, athletic, or artistic achievement and abilities. But scholarships come in a lot of different shapes and sizes, and these are not the only scholarships out there. So if this doesn't apply to you, don't get discouraged. You probably didn't know, but over 58% of college students received a scholarship last year. So if you're a college student that did not receive a scholarship, you're actually in the minority. There are thousands of companies that use scholarships as a form of advertising. They might want you to know about their company, and so they'll offer you a scholarship. There are tons of clubs, organizations, companies, even wealthy families and individuals that offer scholarships to students. So you don't need to feel embarrassed or awkward that the only reason you want to join a club or join an organization is because you want to apply for the scholarship. Oftentimes that's the reason why they're offering you the scholarship. They want you to join their club or their organization. So the first place to look for these scholarships is your school guidance office or financial aid office. They'll have lists of local scholarships that you can look at and see which ones you want to apply for. These local scholarships usually get fewer applicants than the huge national-based scholarships, so you're more likely to win one of these than those national scholarships that get millions of applications every year. There are also websites that will try to match you with scholarships. TFS Scholarship has over $40 billion of scholarships available each year, and we post a new scholarship every day of the year on our social media. So go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Another great thing about TFS Scholarship is that they will never sell your personal information to third parties. So you will hopefully not get as many spam emails if you use TFS Scholarship. So another question that people often have is, how many scholarships should you apply for? You should apply for every scholarship that you qualify for. Applying for scholarships is a numbers game. If you are wanting to pay for college, it can be kind of hard. So you really need to treat applying for scholarships like it's a part-time job. The more scholarships you apply for, the more you're likely to win. Applying for scholarships might be kind of tricky at first. You might not be used to writing the essays or filling out the application, but the more you do, the easier it gets. And you will actually be able to reuse some of those essays that you write for other scholarships that you apply for. So it doesn't end up being as much work as you think it is originally if you just put in a little bit of effort right now. So here's a little math problem. If you are spending 10 hours applying for scholarships that are worth $500 a piece, and you win just one of those $500 scholarships, that's as if you had earned $50 an hour. So really, applying for scholarships is great. It gets you far more than you would probably be able to do by just working part-time alone. Another really great thing about scholarships that most people don't know about is that you get to keep the money after you graduate if you have more scholarship funds than you needed to pay for school and your school fees. So that's super awesome. You should apply for scholarships as many as you can. Do it now so that by the time you graduate, you might have some leftover money. The school's financial office will keep track of that scholarship funds that you have, and if you don't use all of it, it'll give it back to you post-graduation. So start looking at your scholarships right now. Remember, scholarship money is for the future. If you're trying to apply for a scholarship because you're going to need it to pay for tuition in a couple of weeks, you're not going to be able to get that money fast enough to pay for school. So it's important to plan ahead and apply for those scholarships. So don't quit if you're feeling discouraged, but keep going and don't quit until you receive a scholarship. Good luck.